Hey, I want to make sure everything is on the up and up real quick before I even say anything. Let me know if you can hear me. I would love to know. Okay. I see you, Doc. I see you. Take your time because I still had to get things in order. But anyway, welcome to the show. It is me, your girl Laborly, aka Cat Lee, and have now turned into Ambitiously the podcast. Welcome! You have turned into Ambitiously the podcast. I love it here. It's my special place. Anyway, today, my friends, today, y'all gotta forgive me too. I'm going through some things internally. I'm not dying or nothing, but yeah, the older you get, the more you go through. Anyway, today is the tap in. Today is the day that we get into our tap in bag and talk about the nostalgia that comes along with the tap in bag. And then also, we do the final exam, which we're going to flip that. We're going to do the final exam first, and then we will be doing the tap in. But yeah, well, we'll get in our tap in bag afterwards because everything about this is the tap in. But yeah, we here for it. Let me make sure everything's a go over here. Okay, good. All right, so it's a few things I'm gonna say before we get started, which is join the conversation. You could do that by dropping a comment. You can call and you can text. The number's 443-551-5963. 443-551-5963. You will be live on air though, if you call in. So I just want you to know that part. If you text or drop a comment, it will be read out loud, and all comments are always on the screen. So just to let y'all know that. If you would like to talk to us about anything, and I do mean anything at all, contact at ambitiouslyent.com. Contact at ambitiouslyent.com. Check out our website, www.ambitiouslyent.com, www.ambitiouslyent.com. And last but not least, hit that like button. Like, share, subscribe. We take it all, baby. Thank you in advance for doing so, but we take it all. We're not mad at any of it. So I just wanted y'all to know all of the things that you need to know. Man, a very eventful start of the week. The week has not even gone by, and already a bunch of crazy stuff. I am reconstructing the studio. Y'all can't see it, but I can see it, so that's enough for me. So we're going through some changes, and good changes though. And remember, we are going through some changes as far as the platforms and technology that we use. I don't know. I just got tongue tied out of nowhere, but we yeah, we working on it. I don't want to give y'all a date just yet on cattails because I say a day and then something comes up. Since the end of 2024, I think I'll start with that. Since the end of 2024, I've lost several people. That kind of hindered that part. Trying to get some things in order as far as this podcast is concerned takes a little bit of time and getting it together. So I just ask that you be patient with me. It's not going to come exactly when you want it. It's going to come when it's supposed to come. And I'm fine with that. I need you to be fine with it. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Let me know when you're ready, Doc, baby. Okay. All right. So without further ado, I'm about to bring in my partner in good, because we got to get to some things. We got to talk about some things and get to the things. So let me bring in Doc real quick. Hi, Doc, honey.
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
I'm good. Just making it, trying to get it together.
Okay.
But I'm not mad at the progress. It just, takes time.
Yeah.
Everything takes time.
And
So,
anything worth it is going to take a little bit of time. It's going to take time. It's going to take perseverance. It's going to take effort. Because if it was free,
hmm
it was easy, everybody would have the same thing.
yeah. I want to send he not in here, but I'm going to send him a shout out early. Shout out to Rock for sending me some taco money
Let's go.
yesterday. I appreciate it, even though he tried to lie and say I only love him for tacos.
I mean, that's when you show the most love, it seems. But hey,
No,
respect.
I show him love every show because he gets in here at the beginning. But see, this is the thing. If you're not here when the rolling credits come in, then you won't see that I be showing y'all love all the time.
Oh,
Y'all comments, that's love.
okay,
Yeah,
that's love. That's love. Respect.
that's
Respect.
love. So I show
Appreciate
I
it.
show love from the beginning of the show to the end of the show. hmm
Well,
And so I'm gonna need some hushing to go on right now. Just shut it up.
well, I have a reason that I was a little bit late because I noticed that since we do the final exam at the top of the show, like a pop up exam, I was trying to shift and get some stuff. So I already got my ice and my chaser, and I just brought my bottle in here with me, so I don't have to get up and do that exact break. Because I'm like, you
Right.
know what, let's try something different since we can just roll right into the next thing.
Yeah, I mean, that makes it a lot easier, a lot easier. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to so much going on right now. It makes it a lot easier if you bring the bottle with you, so we don't gotta break it up. Um, well, I got my bottle. Hold on, I got my bottle.
Okay, you got your bottle, I got my bottle. We got our
Some
bottles.
refreshments with me. You know what I mean? Because I'll be forgetting my water every time I come in here. But so today we are gonna do like we've been doing for the last couple of weeks, which is flipping the script. We're gonna do the final exam first, and then we're gonna get into our tapping bag second. So
Okay,
with
okay.
that being, yeah, because I like the flip. The flip, it feels good in my soul. Not to quote a certain
Not the quote.
somebody, not to quote a certain somebody, but it feels good in my soul. So would you like to explain the final exam to the good people?
Yes, so the final exam is a hip hop quiz where I provide you with 5 clues. Y'all have to guess the artist based upon the year that Cat picks. Cat picks the year, I get the artist, everybody gets a chance to guess. The catch is the game within the game is that Cat has 5 Harleys. Each question or each clue is tied to a Harley. The more clues she uses, the more Harleys she loses. So she wants to try to get them all out. She be getting close every once in a while. She risks it, but I'll let her explain her Harleys to you. But throughout the game, if y'all guess before Cat does, the audience gets the point. If Cat uses all her Harleys and nobody guesses, I get the point. If Cat guesses before all her Harleys are gone, then she keeps some Harleys and she gets a point. Now, do you want to tell them about your wonderful, wonderful gang of Harleys that you have?
It hurts me so bad to even say half of what I'm about to say, which is
You don't
this.
know.
Um, Harley number one, she never gets out, and I get so close where I could get her out, but I'm afraid to. I'm afraid, so she stays in, and she's been mad at me for a long time now. It's okay, money on the books, babe. I understand, but Mama can't risk losing them all. Um, but she won't speak to me. She just look at me like, "What? What's the point?" Number two, she's been out once or twice, maybe. I don't know how many times she's been out, but she stays in prison too. Um, Number three, she be outside, but sometimes she goes back in. But she cool. She cool peoples. And then number four and number five, I love to keep them out. I try my best to keep it at bare minimum, just not losing any. But if I gotta keep one, it's gonna be number five because that's my bottom, and I love her very much. I love all of them equally, but she out here riding with me more often than the rest. So I think that breaks down all of them in a nutshell. The year is 2013. Don't
Mhm.
I choose these crazy years, but I do. I might win, I might lose. You have the opportunity to win. Um, and I'll take that because I got 51 points right now. Who you playing with? Who
Mhm.
you playing with? Current score, Doc has 18. I have 51. Our former co-host, Mama Say Mama Sama Makusa, has 5. Our audience currently has 2 wins, and I got 3 Harleys out of prison right now. I had a decent week last week, so I'm gonna try to keep the streak going. But who knows? Because it's gonna be 2013, and that's the year after I had my kid. There was a lot going. Oh, that's the year that we actually no. Well, it was almost because that happened in September, and then 2013 rolled in January. But I was going to say that actually the same time that we did the Mob Deep show. Dirt Platoon did the Mob Deep show, and
Okay. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So it was a lot going on that year. Before Prodigy passed, how I became, I don't want to say friends, but familiar with Havoc. I mean, I was familiar with Havoc anyway. I mean, they are part of Mob Deep, but, you know, got to know him a little bit better. Got a little friendly. Not in that kind of way, though, but, we got cool, a little cool. So, um, I'm interested to see what this final exam has in store.
Let's go.
And that's that. All right, Professor.
All right. This is hip hop. You've lived it. You know it. You breathed it. Your mama listened to it. Your daddy listened to it. Your cousin listened to it. Your brother listened to it. You probably took a CD. Hopefully he gets it back.
Not
Um, you hear
sorry.
it in the car. Your heart beats to it. It's part of the culture. It is the culture. It's one of the 5 elements. But with that being said, we're going to get into the pop quiz. Uh, is there any questions? Yes, yes, Miss Cat.
I need a hall pass. I need to go see the principal.
What do you need to see the principal for?
It's personal.
And you can wait to when it's on your time because if it's personal, that's your time. This is
Listen.
my time. This is
Okay,
class. This is my
teacher.
time. So when it's
All right,
personal, you take
teacher.
your personal time and you go do it. All right. Everybody got their number 2 pencils, number 2 pencils, number 2 pencils, number 2 pencils. So at least you came prepared for today. At least you came
I
prepared, Miss
always
Cat.
do. I don't know why you be playing with me like I'm not prepared all the time. Sorry.
Okay, but I'm glad you handled that personal problem. Everybody take a scantron and pass it down. Take one, pass it down.
Ha
Is there
ha.
any is there anybody I need to separate in class? Anybody I need to separate? All right, y'all good. No cheats. You lived it, you know it. It's not gonna be hard. It's a good one. Let me know when you're ready to begin your test.
We are ready.
All right. First clue. First clue. Boom.
That show y'all what kind of kid I was in school. I was making up all excuses. It's personal. Uh,
Mm-mm.
Before achieving mainstream success, this artist released independent albums like from the dope game to the rap game. 2013. This sounds so familiar. I have an idea, but I'm not ready to risk it all. I'm not. I'm
Okay.
just not. Sorry, number one. I love you. I know you mad at me.
Whoa.
You like to look at me and all that good stuff. But what you need to know, girl, is money on the books. hmm
She's like, I don't even know why she come up here wasting my time.
Girl, if I'm putting money on your books, you gonna sit in this visiting room today. Sorry, my
All
bad.
right.
Y'all had to witness that, but me and her be going through it sometimes. All right, give me number two. She
Number
wants to
two. Number two.
sit in this. She wants to sit in here today. I don't know what this is right here. That's crazy. All right. The artist 2020 album. Ooh, This artist's 2020 album, Untracked, featured collaborations with Lil Uzi Vert and Meg Thee Stallion. I don't know. That might have changed my mind a little bit about who I thought it was. So I'm glad I didn't guess because everybody would be in jail. Um, I don't like the combos that he got in this latest album either. Well, I don't like one of the artists anyway. One I could stomach a little bit, but the other one not so much. But I don't know. I don't know. That just messed everything up that I had in my head.
Mm.
It did. I don't like the little Uzi Vert part though. I don't like little Uzi Vert. Sorry. I'm sorry. I can't stomach him. All right, we going number two gotta stay in there too, but she understands. She know what it is. Money on the books, babe. Money on the books.
A real teardrop ran across her tattoo teardrop.
I was getting ready to say she already got them tatted on her face. She be all right.
Nah, whatever. A real one ran down past the tattoo.
No, I didn't. She a gangster.
She thought it was her day. She thought it was her
She
day.
said she don't be
All right.
crying. She a gangster.
Let me know when you're ready for number 3.
I am ready.
All right, number 3.
Okay. The artist's early musical endeavors were as a member, and see, I'm glad I did not guess because this is already crazy. The artist's early musical endeavors were as a member of a group, Lil Yo and the East Side MA Mafia. Yeah, I certainly don't. Oh, number 3, you going in, baby, because I certainly don't know who the hell this is. And then I don't like the name that they came out with. They should have never used that name. Maybe that's why they not a group no more. Because the name was last. I'm just saying.
So number 3, she like in the courtroom shocked.
I know. She said I ain't been in prison in a minute. But I'm not going to pretend like I got the answer, and I don't, because I don't. This one is stumping me a little bit.
Okay, you ready for number 4?
Yeah, give it to me. I'm trying to stop it here. I'm tired of this shit. Sorry, excuse me.
Here you go. Number 4.
Mm, mm, mm.
Number 4 been out for a minute too.
I know. She been showing out. Founded the record label Collective Music Group in 2012. Collective Music Group. And will be working with Lil Uzi Vert, which is, sorry, it just makes me gag in my mouth. Collective Music Group. Collective Music Group. Yeah, for sure. I need that right now. Oh. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention in 2012. I was pregnant, so I didn't care about nobody. I mean, I was about to have a baby, so I didn't really give a shit about 2012. You know what I gave it? What I cared about? Labor and getting that child out of me because I wanted my body back. So I'm really, I don't know. I don't know that one. So, ooh. Collective music. It sounds familiar though. It's gonna make me mad because I'm gonna get the next one right and be mad that it took all of these guesses to come to that conclusion, or I'm gonna get the next one wrong, and then I'm gonna lose everybody, and I'm gonna just be mad about that. So either way, I'm gonna be mad. So give me number 5.
Oh, this been a minute. It's been a minute.
I know.
She like, you playing? What you mean I gotta go? What you mean I gotta come to court? What you mean I gotta come to court?
It is, Chica. You gotta go.
All right. Number 5.
Shh. I'm scared to look at the screen right now. I am, because it's like I said, it's one or two things that's gonna happen. Okay, I'm gonna put it on the screen, but I'm trying to think. Going down in the DM became a popular internet slang term. I want to say, either way, let me either get it wrong or get it right. I'm still mad. I'm still pissed off. I lost a lot of Harleys. Um, Dang, I got two people in my head right here.
We
All right,
thinking.
I'm gonna go with this person, but I'm gonna be pissed off if it's this other person. But um, is it Yo Gotti?
That's your final answer.
Final answer. Final answer. I'm
You
gonna
are
get this one.
correct. It is Yo Gotti. It is Yo Gotti.
And now I'm mad because I done wasted all my Harleys. Oh, I'm so mad.
CMG. CMG. Remember
Mm.
he changed the name because it used to be Cocaine Music Group?
I don't know what it was called. I never paid attention to his label because he was never that important to me. But I do kind of remember the song a little bit. Listen,
It
I
goes
don't
down,
give
it
everybody.
go down.
I don't give everybody my attention.
Okay.
So you might get a little sprinkle. I might pay a little bit of attention. I might have a little bit of interest. But if I'm, I don't really give up. Just like I'm gonna give an example. Patty Boots.
Okay.
I know some of his songs. I don't know his whole collective catalog. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because I was uninterested. But that's me personally. I know more Kendrick songs than I know Drake songs. So, I mean, if I might pay attention to, like, if you drop a song and it's hot, I might pay attention to it. But then after that, it's not lingering in my head. Like, I'm not sitting around just like,
Okay. Okay. So Yo
oh,
Gotti was not one of the ones. Plus, you were
you
good.
got it. I just need to hear everything that you do. Nah, he wasn't one of them. But the album came out in 2013 and it's called I Am, and it is Yo Gotti. I just barely made it by the skin of my
Barely.
teeth.
Just
Just
barely. Barely.
barely. Just barely.
This is the current score.
But I do got my bottom out, so all of them ain't go to jail. So I'll take that. I'll
The
take
bottom
that.
got shit though. She said, I gotta go to court. I gotta go to court.
Listen, girl, you always got to go to court. This is the system. You break the law, you go to court. Okay? Let's not play like we don't know. But our current score right now, Doc has 18. My numbers went up. I got 52. um, our former co-host has 5. Mama say, Mama sa, Mama sa. And
Make all the loud noises now again. Yeah.
yeah, Mama say, Mama sa, Mama sa. I'm not making no noise for that because we all know. See, you about to make me say the stuff that I promised that I wouldn't say no more. But we know it's true. Look at that score. We know it's true. I'm not going to say it though. I said I wasn't going to say it no more. Our audience currently has 2 wins, and I only got 1 Harley out this week. But I'd rather have 1 out than none out.
Okay. Because I have one to
Mm-hmm.
10. So before we move on, uh, what is the next year?
Um, Jesus, 2006.
2006. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
2006 is locked in.
Don't know why I chose that year. Do not beat me up. I have no clue why I did that at all. Because I'm getting closer and closer to losing more Harleys. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But yeah. So that's the year. That's what we're going around with. 2006. I'm gonna try to remember what was going on.
Well,
2006 was
no
turbulent.
question. No question. No.
I'm trying to think. I always try to think what was going on in that year,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't married yet, but I was on my way there, which whatever. Anyway, we all know what I shouldn't have did, but I did it. But yeah, so 2006 is the year, and guess what? Your girl got 52. Oh, sorry, my bad, my bad. But the champ is here.
Yeah, with four less Harleys.
Listen, I'm not. I ain't. Listen, I'm not. You think that does something to me? They know how to hold their own where they need to be at.
Okay.
The point is I got my point. That is the win. The Harleys, they just some extra stuff. So I don't feel no kind of way about it. They be all right until next week. They will be all right. So yeah, y'all. Oh, that felt good. That I ain't lose my bottom. Now that would have hurt because I don't got none, and that means I ain't get the point at all. Nope, I'll take my bottom any day. Hmm. Don't ever get it twisted. Any day. When my boy said sit down and be humble, absolutely any day. Not too cocky, but just a little bit. Any day, and I'm still the champ. Stop playing with me. Anyway, now, well, I don't have to switch that around, so that's beautiful. It is time for us to get into our tapping nostalgia. Even though Doc tried to play with me like I ain't get another point today and I don't have 52 points compared to everybody else's points.
You agree? You barely made it out of this one, though. You said you barely made it.
Okay, but I made it. I made it. I barely, but I made it. You don't always get to
even made it.
You don't always get to have the win completely, totally. Nah, that's not how that works. Sometimes you gotta win by the skin of your teeth. Sometimes a win is a win.
That is true.
And I take my wins graciously. But I didn't lose.
I digress.
I didn't lose though. That's the whole point. I did not lose. I got 52 points right now. That wasn't a loss. That was a win. I take my win. Whew. Oh, listen. What? So this makes me happy. So when I went to this DJ battle event a couple of weeks ago, one, I told y'all I heard a lot of dope ass DJs. Now I'm bringing this up to say that what we just pulled out of our nostalgia bag was Reading Rainbow. And the reason why I said that is because in the middle of his mix, in the middle of his set, he pulled out the Reading Rainbow song in the mix. Okay, and I'm like, you can't go wrong with Reading Rainbow. Listen.
Facts.
Just I can't go anywhere. You said, just take a look. It's in a book. It's Reading Rainbow. Rainbow. And it was so jazzy. Oh, it was jazzy. I love that theme song. So when he played that in his mix, I was like, oh no, you can't go wrong with Reading Rainbow, bro. And the way that he mixed it in, because he mixed it in with some current, up-to-date hip-hop, it was phenomenal.
That's dope. I would love that first that because that would have been like,
it would have shocked you. But remember, this was it was brackets, so you had to pull something out your ass because it was a lot of DJs in this particular competing in this particular event. It was dope. He did pull out Reading Rainbow. What I will say about Reading Rainbow is one of my favorite childhood songs. I mean, I said songs, shows. And one, because LeVar Burton.
Yes.
And if you don't know who LeVar Burton is, he also played Kunta Kinte.
Yes.
And he also played on Star Trek, even though I'm not a Trekkie. I'm a Star Wars.
He played Geordi LaForge. LaForge in Star Trek.
My mother, that's how I knew he was on there because my mother was a Star Trek fan. Again, I'm a Star Wars junkie, not a Trekkie. So,
I'm a Trekkie.
You know what I mean? But my mother watched it religiously, so I knew he was on there because we only had one TV to watch. So if I wanted to watch TV, I was watching Star Trek. Well, at that time, we only had one TV to watch. But for me, most notable, Kunta Kinte, because I will watch Roots over and over and over and over again. And the crazy, that's a whole nother monster I gotta attack too. But which is the crazy part is what I didn't realize about that story was the real Kunta Kinte, Alex Haley's family members came from Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that until this year. I was like, what?
I can use in something. Well, I'll let you finish your thing. I got some funny stuff about it too, a little bit.
And I only knew that because of Chicken George, because they actually have a picture of Chicken George.
Mm.
So that's how I found out that they was here in Maryland. But it makes sense, being as though this was the hub where all the slaves came. Like this was a major port for slavery,
Mm-hmm.
and then we shipped them out. Well, we didn't, but they did. Then they shipped them out throughout the South, and accordingly or whatever. So it makes sense. And also, but as far as Reading Rainbow is concerned, great educational program. I'm not
Yes.
gonna lie, I learned a lot from that show. I kind of still wish it came on, but I couldn't probably get my kid to watch it anyway. She's like, Mom, but for me growing up, it was amazing. Mm-hmm. Love me
Okay.
some Reading Rainbow. But your turn, sir.
All right. So I'll start at the beginning a little bit. So yes, Reading Rainbow was a shit. It heavily influenced the way I am and how I deal with things and the reason I like to read.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes back to like the whole, school scholastics, book fair and all those things. Reading
Mm-hmm.
Rainbow was a heavy part of that. When you were just saying the names, I thought about how much of I know about LeVar Burton as in names of characters that he's played. I know him as
Mm-hmm.
Kente. I know him when they try to change his name to Toby.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Toby.
I know him as LeVar Burton. I know
Mm-hmm.
him as Jody LaForge on Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
That is interesting because I thought about I'm like, that is a black actor, a black man who I can see has done so much to imprint an image of something in my mind over the course of time. Even with him in real life doing Reading Rainbow to the science, the sci-fi stuff I like,
Mm-hmm.
Star Trek, to some significant stuff as in the retelling of Alex Haley's story of Roots.
Mm-hmm.
Oddly enough, funny, Alex Haley was in the Coast Guard. I'm retired Coast Guard.
Well, I didn't know what branch of military, but
Yeah,
I knew you
Coast
was
Guard.
from. Yeah. Uh
Yeah,
huh.
so they have a statue in Cape New Jersey. They have a statue of Alex Haley there, and the icebreaker. I don't know if it's still commissioned though. It was called the Alex Haley.
Okay.
So that was the funny significance about the connection of how much even that story to LeVar Burton to that whole little thing has such an impact on my, you could say, psyche or the way I think about things. But
Right.
yes, Reading Rainbow, if you was a kid, to me, let alone a little, as you say, melanated kid, it was interesting to see somebody that was melanated like you that was trying to promote you to read.
Exactly.
And,
Exactly. And
and
I
I
think
don't,
that's the biggest part of it all. Like he was trying to teach us.
yes. And then the songs, like, look, I can see that. Look, take a look. It's in a book, Reading Rainbow. And the most funniest thing is, I can fast forward to thinking about how some rap lyrics, particularly Wale, he even used a line. He says, "You put money in a book, niggas won't find it." That's the thing, though, that they always say. If you put knowledge in a book, the stereotypical thing is melanated people aren't going to go read that book. That's a
And
sad thing.
to add to that, because not only did he say it, but one of my favorite comedians at this particular time, his name is Josh Johnson, right? I love his quirkiness. He's a quirky little guy.
The
Um,
current one from Sunday Night Live?
no, he not on Saturday, he's on the Daily Show.
Yeah, no, I mean, The Daily Show. Yeah. No, he's
Yeah.
funny. He's funny.
Yeah, I like Josh Johnson a lot. But one thing that he said in one of his sets was like, what they not gonna expect you to do, the one thing that they why they do it, you can learn so much, but they put it somewhere that they know you're not gonna go, which is the library. Speaking of the library, I found my glasses today. But which is the library. Because they are not looking for you to take your black behind down there and check out no books.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you ain't never lied. You ain't never ever lied, because I could just count all the times I've gone to the library
Mm-hmm.
and didn't see as many melanated people as I would have loved to see. And we have a huge, humongous library in downtown Baltimore. It's like the main branch of what is called the Enoch Pratt Library, right? And I don't know if I told y'all this before, but when I wanted to get away from my ex-husband, especially, favorite place to run. And it was so much knowledge in there, it could take hours, right?
Yeah.
But what they knew was not many people are gonna go to the library and read. And that was one thing that I did take away from reading Rainbow. It was like, I need to read. I need to go
Yeah.
to the library. And as a child, it was like, because where I'm from, we have alleys. We have alley streets. We have alleys, right? And I used to live on a street called Carroll Street. But right off of where I used to live at, it was an alley street, and that alley street took me straight directly to the library, which is also Enoch Pratt Library too, but it was Washington Boulevard branch. But I would leave out of my house, walk 3 houses down. Well, we lived in row houses. 3 houses down, make the right, walk straight up that alley street, cross over, and right there was the library.
Mm.
Best thing ever. It was so convenient. Fun fact about that place, though, it used to be a bathhouse. But I'm not judging them. I'm not judging them. They was trying to wash their booties. But I will say, watching Reading Rainbow inspired me to be in those buildings like crazy. So that is a favorite childhood memory of my own. Oh, kaboom. Guess who stepped in the room? Doc, is you the illest nigga on YouTube? Is you bada phone? Yeah, I like it. I like good belly reference. It's always gonna be one of my. Is you bada phone? Okay. And Rock, I'm glad you came in the building because I did show you some love earlier, but you weren't here, so now I can show you love again. Thank you for my tacos, babes. But yeah, that was Reading Rainbow. Reading Rainbow was very fundamental to me and my passion for books and why I'm out here trying to run out dictionaries and thesauruses and freaking AP style books and things of that nature, because that played a pivotal part. I was never fantastic at math, but one thing I was good at was reading.
Yeah, same thing. Like, shout out to the librarians. If most people don't know, this week is National Librarian Week. Also, by the way, funny enough. And
then ironic is that we pulled that out, and that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's big facts. And also it's, I think on the 4th it was National School Librarian Day too. It's National Library Week until the 12th, and then on the 4th it was National School Librarian Day. By the way, so you find your glasses, librarian can't have the bill.
They can't have 2 days; they can only have one. And I'm just going to generalize it in libraries in general. They can get that love.
Okay.
I don't even know.
Find your library glasses, though.
I don't know that my school libraries were the greatest. That's why I was always go to the public libraries, because they had all the books. And if that branch didn't have the book, then you could get them to highlight the main branch, and the main branch was going to send it over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We didn't have that kind of love in the school libraries. But again, I tell people all the time, I didn't get the majority of my education in Baltimore City public schools, and they still not getting it. I got it because I went out in search of my knowledge, and not because they taught me too much of anything. So yeah, that's why number 10 quoted like, nigga, I ain't getting none of my, that school ain't teach me nothing. I learned what I needed to learn in college, and for me educating myself, please. That school taught me nothing. But anyway, let's keep it moving down, because this is going to be a fun one right here. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Blowing dust out of the video game cartridges. Did it. Guilty.
Did it too.
Very guilty. Listen, them Nintendo, especially when you want to get a good game of Super Mario Brothers, and you be like,
yeah. Yeah.
and you got to run it again from the top.
But all right, so I
Freezing
have to
it.
ask the question though.
Huh?
I have to ask the question because we talk about this kind of with this Polaroid picture thing at the same time. Who started that?
I don't know. But whatever genius said, you know what? Let me just try this out. I thank you because it worked.
No, I've got you one better. And this is some weird shit. Did you have like one person that you thought could do it better than somebody else?
Thought they was better as another character.
No, that can make the game work better than you could. Like, I would be, this shit ain't working. And it'd be like, you always get the game to work. Here, you do it. And they'll do it and work.
No, because it was my game. So remember how, yeah, it was my game. So no, I was in charge of making sure the cartridges worked. I didn't even trust people with my game system like that. Like you're not about to, because I need to come in here and play Duck Hunt, and I wish you would
No, but the crazy thing is,
come in here and mess my system up, huh?
I was just saying, the crazy thing is, no, if you really think about it, who thought of that? Because it's one thing to say, all right, maybe there's dust in here, so we need to blow the dust
Let me
out.
blow it out. Maybe that'll make. I don't know who thought of that, but whoever it was a freaking genius.
But
Like they
that was
was
before smudge. I'm trying to think why would they think of doing that? Because what was it related to? It had to be, I assume it had to be related to something that, like, was there anything else that they had to do that with that they just like, yeah, it's probably just
maybe I don't know. I can't think of
Did
nothing.
they do it with 8 tracks? Did they do it with 8 tracks?
No, because that was tape. Like as big as the 8 tracks were, they were still tapes.
Yeah.
You know
But
what
I
I'm
don't know
saying?
if maybe they did it like, you know, they smoking or something. They want to shake that 8 track out, get an ash or something on in their Cadillac.
I don't think that related to the video games though.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out like who was like.
I get where you coming from, but I don't think that relates to the video games because, like I said, that was still tape. You feel me? So it was a different thing. I think that maybe this is all right. Y'all know I gotta give my scenarios. I think what happened was one day some teeny boppers, because it wasn't no little kid that figured it out first. It had to be a teenager because it just makes sense in my head. But they playing, trying to play the game and is acting stupid. And by freak accident, they was like, yo, I don't know what's going on with this game. And they was like, we're just going to try it one more time and see what happened. If not, we going outside, right? And they put the cartridge in and it worked. And they was like, oh, and then they start spreading the word around.
If your Nintendo don't work.
Yes, they started spreading the word. Let me tell you what happened. The game was acting stupid. We blew in the cartridge, or somebody came over their house and was like, it's acting stupid. And they was like, nah, son. We tried this at my house. You feel me? And it started working. And they was like, oh. And then the word kept spreading and spreading and spreading to where everybody started doing it.
All right, but this is my only issue with that. And this is a slight issue.
What?
Atari basically had almost the same. Atari 2600 had basically the same cartridges, but nobody did it to Atari games
because they hadn't got on yet. It didn't start acting stupid until they got to Nintendo.
Okay. I was just thinking of like they both had cartridge games, so
they did, but wasn't nobody thinking about that at Atari. I think by the time when Atari hit and it was happening, they just said, "Fuck it, we going outside." You know what I'm saying?
Like we going look. You got a basketball? You got a hula hoop? You got what you had? The Thundercat sword? You got a Thundercat sword?
Thundercats! Oh, it was my sword. I wish the hell I would let somebody tell me I can't be Lionel. Sorry, you brought back memories. Yeah, because then they was like, you know what? Let's go outside. And they ain't tried. But then you got to the Nintendo and you started trying to get as high as you can on that flagpole so you can get the 1200 and not the 4.
Yeah, not the 4.
That made me really competitive, by the way. I wanted the 1200. And I'd be mad as hell if I got like 400 or if I got 800. Like, dang, I could have did that better.
Now I'm still curious though. Who was the first person to figure it out? And then
I
how did it
don't
like if you
know.
say nah nah no, I like how you say nah V, look, this happened in my house. I got
Right,
this.
this happened, and so then the word just spread it. The first person did it, and then they had to spread the news on to their peoples. Like, yo, let me show you what to do. And then once they did it, then now their cousin came over to play, and the game started acting stupid. And he was like, nah, I got it, and put it in the thing. And then he was like, "Oh, that's how you fix it." And then the word kept spreading and spreading and spreading because
So
word of mouth is the best marketing you can
yes,
come by,
great
and
fact.
especially at that time in that era, word of mouth was everything. So it spread it and it spread it, and the next thing you know, all the kids were. You feel me? Um, this is the last one for the evening, and y'all know these ones that involve parental lies.
You love these,
They always get under my skin
Mm.
because how the hell? I'm gonna read it and then I'm gonna reiterate on this one because how the hell? And the saying goes, this is gonna hurt me more than it hurts you. How, Sway? How? You whipping my ass. I'm feeling the
Yeah.
belt. I'm feeling the switch. I'm feeling all of this. And you look like you having a mighty good goddamn time going crazy. How does it hurt you more? Now, does it hurt your feeling? No, it still hurt my feelings extremely. Because not only do I got the physical pain, now my mental is being fucked with too. How does this hurt you more than it hurts me? My feelings are hurt.
You know,
And I know what I did was wrong. But this, my friend, does not hurt you more than it hurts me. It doesn't, because it hurts me double time. It only hurts you half of it. And I don't care what you say, Doc. It's nothing you could tell me about this damn parental lie.
no,
It's
I'm
nothing you
not.
can change
I'm not.
how I feel about that. You hurt me twice. You only getting hurt once, and you might not even be hurt about it.
Well, if I'm able to talk for a second, because this is an interesting one to me, and I'll be 100% honest with you. You know what I think this is, and I'm gonna be brutal with.
Psychological warfare. Go ahead. Mhm.
No, I think this is still trauma left over from slavery.
I did now that I agree with
See, that's what I was
because
about to. That's my real thought. Because in my head, you are trying to discipline me. So to
right.
soften the way you're disciplining me is to tell me that this is going to hurt you more than it's going to do me. But it's still physical pain. But you want me to still be sympathetic to you because you still some little part of me you think should still feel like, oh, I disappointed them. Which
So
even if
I
I know I'm
heard
in
that.
trouble, I already know
Right,
I disappointed you.
right. I knew that when you was fussing at me.
Boom, there you go. So for whatever reason, I don't know why you thought I was going to go a different way, but no, I think that is still part of the trauma that is still inherently genetically predisposed to our people, unfortunately. And I think that's one of the things that has been passed down and passed down. And even when you were no longer shackled, that is still something that they thought this will work because I'm disappointed in this person, but I don't know how to
And it
convey my
worked.
disappointment
It
other
worked
than
on, and it's been going on for time and time. That's my ancestors, and this is the one thing I can say. I don't think that Master and them ever said this gonna hurt me more than it hurt you. As a matter of fact, I think Master and them said, "Come in, boy, I'm about to fuck you up." Look what happened to Kuta Kente. Nice reference to just
I
throw that
mean,
in there real
not,
quick.
yeah.
Ain't
I
no
don't.
man that walk up to no slave and say this is gonna hurt me more than it hurts you. But because those ancestors and our parents, you feel me, are our ancestors and our parents, they felt like it maybe I don't know if this is true, but I'm just guessing. They thought maybe it would soften the blow a little bit,
Mhm.
but it didn't at all. Cause it's like I knew you was upset with me. I knew that I disappointed you or I made you upset about something.
Yeah.
But this does not hurt you more than it hurts me. It hurts me double time. Like double
Yeah.
time, psychologically and physically. And depending on who your parents were, because we come from the South, so we had to get switches.
Yep. A green one. A green one.
Yeah, and it better not be no flimsy one that breaks.
That's why you get the green one. The one that make the sound in the air.
But kids always try to be slick. Like, I'm gonna just get this one.
Nah,
Unfortunately,
me.
my start came up in North Carolina, and when you did that, my grandmother be like, "Now go out there and get another one," and then she twine them two together, and it's way worse.
Yeah,
So it's like you might as well go out there and get the.
but think about how crazy and I'm only we're still in the same realm, but think about how crazy that is that to discipline your kid, you did something that even if you because I know generally they've heard or been told a story of somebody like, well, this is what they did to us. Then why are you still doing it to us if you're us?
And that's why I try my best to break the patterns of
Yeah.
yesteryear. Um, because it didn't work. I still was out there being a fucking knucklehead. I still was doing shit. So all it did was, I guess, got rid of their frustrations from me being a knucklehead, but it didn't hurt them more than it hurt me. It hurt me way worse. So I said that one day, before I had my daughter, I always said like, it's some things, some patterns and habits that our ancestors had and my parents had that I'm just not doing that when I become a parent. And don't get it twisted. I chastise my child when she's wrong, and she knows it. But I'm lucky enough to be like, I'm disappointed in you, and that hurts her whole. Like, no, you disappointed in me. Because I don't have to say that often. But one thing I did say that I was gonna do was break those patterns. You don't always have to spank your child. Sometimes a good firm discussion can go a long way. And they understand more when you sit down and tell them why they're wrong versus you trying to beat the fuck out of them.
Yeah. And look,
Children are not stupid. Like, they got some growing and some mental development to gain. But one thing I can say, especially these kids now, they're not stupid. But if you fucking them up all the time, like I said this to my sister the other day. One thing I don't do is yell at her when I know she got to go to school. How can you expect for the child to go and get a proper education if before they leave home you're yelling and screaming at them? And how can you get the child to understand why you're upset and where they went wrong if you're not explaining it? All you're doing is whipping their ass.
no, that's 100% true. That's 100% true. Look,
So yeah,
I'm gonna tell you the truth. When you said that, you unlocked a bad memory of mine. Like I remember getting in trouble before the night before for doing something, and then it was my mom or my father on either end. Wait till you get home from school. My
right.
whole school day was I don't know what the hell going on. I'm trying to figure out like how do I survive what is about to
It
happen to
was
me.
about to happen to me.
That whole school day was null and void to me. It didn't exist no more. And I'm for real.
Because that's what you say to me. Now I'm thinking about that and not about the stuff I'm supposed to be learning. You didn't help
Yep.
cause. You
Oh, that's
feel me?
no. I am
So
being brutally honest. That is 100% true. And look, I got tell my dad, look, I need to figure a way to send you things. There's my brother sent me a clip, and it's a dude who's young who made this crazy TikTok. I think it's a TikTok or you. It's a video, but the son is older, and he brings up something that his father did. But his father
mhm.
goes on this long rant and go, "How you gonna blame me for stuff that I did when I didn't know how to raise you?" It's just funny. But my brother said it because we both can look at each other and like, that's kind of what happened.
Right. And I give our parents credit. They were still trying. They were still kids trying to learn how to raise kids. In essence, because my mom had me at 19. Her mom was not there yet. You feel me? Because
Mm-hmm.
your mom, you don't really have a fully. Now some people are still questioning, do they have a fully developed mind? But it, until you get in your 20s. So imagine you having a kid at 19, so you still technically a teen. So you a baby trying to raise a baby.
Wait, I told you how old my mom was, or how my mother and father were when they had me, right?
No.
My mother was 15, my dad was 16.
Right. So they was babies trying to learn how to raise babies. You feel me? So
No,
I
well,
take that into account too.
yeah. I look back to when I was 15. Yes, there's possibilities I could have had a kid, but me knowing myself then, I'm like, I would have been fucking that shit all up horribly,
Right.
horribly. Because then I would have just did what they did to me. Because that's the only formula I knew to go off of.
Babies raising babies. My mother was 19. Never at 19 was I like, I want to have a kid. I really didn't want to start having children until after I got married because you think that's the thing you're supposed to do. You get married, you have children, la la
Man,
la, you live happily ever after. God didn't mean for me to have no children by him, so that didn't happen. Um, but I wasn't in no rush to have children. And maybe that's because my mom was 19 when she had me, and I saw how hard it was for her, and even her professional progress. It's hard when you have children. Shit, hell, I'm in my 40s now. My kid is 13, and it's still hard. You feel me? Um, but in my teenage years, I was never thinking about, oh, I should have a baby. No, I wasn't thinking that shit. I was like, shit, y'all dummies got babies. I'll see y'all later. Peace. I'm out. You feel me? And I will do that. Like my friends, well, I don't got no babysitter. Well, I don't got no kids, so I can go whatever the hell I want to.
God,
Indeed.
this would
Indeed.
be an interesting one, but it plays in the same thing. Because I say from the guy perspective, it was the fact that wait, you see, saying you got her pregnant. Yeah, I got her pregnant.
It's always different, and I'll say this. I'm glad you said that because it's always a difference between boys and girls.
True,
Because
but that's
even
the
if
sad
you
part.
got her pregnant, guess who's going to have to bear most of the responsibility? And that's not to say that men don't take care of their kids, but she
Men
got
take
to
care
have
of
the
their kids.
baby. And even boys, I've known some boys that had kids in their teenagers and stood up and been fathers.
Mhm.
But the difference is she's the mom, so she has to do the nurturing. Well, some moms do it. Some moms, I'm just like, what the hell? What was the point? But in that sense, ideally, she has to be the nurturer. With
Mhm.
my daughter, I breastfed. Not everybody did that though. You know what I'm saying? So she couldn't just go with her father because then how's she gonna eat?
Mhm.
You feel me? It's a lot more responsibility on the female than it is the male when it comes to having children.
This is
If there if there if there any where near, a responsible parent, it's more on the mom than it is on the dad. Now you got some great dads out here, phenomenal dads. I have a phenomenal dad. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
But even with me having a phenomenal dad, guess what? More of the responsibility was placed on my mother
Mhm.
because I hate that this thought this way, but the woman is the nurturer. She's the mother. You feel me? She is the mother.
Hey, I will tell you this a little bit. This is an interesting conversation because, and I know we need to move on, but it's the point where we're talking about this, and I remember too hearing my homeboy's mama say, "Well, we don't even know if that baby is his baby," and that's a
Yeah,
whole nother angle too, though.
mama's baby, papa's maybe.
But it would be the boy's mom who would be up in this girl face like, "Oh, you like my son, you like my son," and all of a sudden she get pregnant. And mind you, we like 16.
And she'll
And
say,
the mama like, well, I don't know.
baby,
Why would you think this is my son,
Papa's
baby?
maybe.
But
Exactly.
that is
She
the
was saying
crazy
that. And that
thing.
still happens to this day. That happens to this day. It's
No,
always mama's baby, papa's maybe.
but if you seen, and I know we drifting off a little bit, but if you had been in this girl face and yeah, my son gonna marry her, and all of a sudden she is pregnant, and all of a sudden, oh, that ain't my son, but your son is with this girl 24/7, and you talking about that's gonna be your future daughter-in-law because you like her now. All of a sudden she get pregnant, you don't think your son did nothing?
And then a lot of that's the mom thinking, oh, she's going to ruin my son's future. You
That's
feel me?
wild. That's a good
That's what
conversation,
it
by the way.
boils down to. But it's really nah, bitch. I'm about to lose. I'm about to run my future because I'm the one that's going to have the kid all the goddamn time. He going to get the kid on the weekends. If he a good dad, maybe he'll get the kid throughout the week. But I'm going to be the one with the kid all the time. So whose life is getting ruined? His or mine?
Do you? Ah, shit. This is a deeper conversation. I was gonna say, do you think the mom of the boy thinks that, damn it, I could have been her, or she, or do you think it's the jealousy part in some way?
Sometimes they do think like that because it's don't get it twisted. This mom's out here to be like, boy, now you laid down with her ass and made that baby. Now you gotta be responsible for it. Then you got the moms that do that. Like, oh, it's not even, we don't even know if that's my son kid. You got different types of moms. Every mom is not the same and she don't react the same.
Right.
But I know because the family I come from, you done lay down with her and they'll tell you straightforward. You lay down with her ass and you was in there hunching on her and not using protection. And now look what happened. Now y'all got a kid and you not gonna leave her out there by herself taking care of no goddamn baby. It's hard enough out here. You feel me? So it depends on the type of parents that you have because some parents will be like, fuck no, you get ready to take care of this goddamn kid. Take these days. You don't got no money. Huh? Take this $20, go get that baby some Pampers and some wipes. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the ones like, we don't even know if that's his kid. And he ain't taking care of shit until we know. We need a DNA test.
Look, all right. That's a whole vast of everything I've ever seen.
He knew when he laid down with her ass and did not put on a condom the possibilities. When you start hunching that there's a possibility that you can make a baby because that's how babies are made. Now, the problem is probably that you're not teaching him the right things and her parents weren't teaching her the right things. And I know it's hard because trust me, my daughter's at that age where I have to start having those conversations. But I'd rather have those conversations versus not having them. And then she goes out here and think, oh, he loves me. They start hunching, and now I'm a grandmother. I mean, I'm probably at good grandmother age, but my daughter's not at good motherhood age, so I wouldn't want that for her at all. So I have those conversations, but that's what it stems from, not having those conversations with them. Listen, I know you like her, or listen, I know you like him, but once y'all start laying up together, it's a possibility of making a baby if you're not protecting yourselves properly.
100%.
And that's why you have those conversations, and no matter how awkward it is, to have those conversations because it's awkward.
What time? Oh, all right.
It's awkward. And then not only that, now they trying to teach it in school, and I'm like, I don't want them teaching her. I would rather me teach her. So they send home a permission slip, and you got to say yes or no to it. And a lot of parents do sign it because they want to skip the awkwardness of having that conversation. I personally say no.
I want to ask like what type of parents?
Bullshit parents. There's a lot of them out here, Doc.
Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be this type of parents.
I don't know those two, but just bullshit parents that just are afraid to have the conversation. And I don't think it's a race on it. It's just some parents don't want to have that conversation because it's awkward. It feels weird to sit and have to talk to your child that you gave birth to about the possibility that they could give birth to. Like, you don't want to think your kid.
My mom was like, hey, look, what grade you in? Think about this. A year later, I was having you.
Yeah, everybody is not like your mom. You know what I'm saying? And then your mom is probably reflecting upon the age she was when she had you.
No, that's the first thing she said.
And then here's the thing. My mom didn't have those conversations with me.
Well, okay. Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So, again, different parents, no parent is the same. There's no rule book or no guide book or no handbook to tell you how to fucking be a parent. Absolutely not. There's not. You pretty much learning as you go. But you also have to be reflecting. I didn't have my kid at 13. or 14 or 15 or 16, 17, 18, 19, or 20. I had my kid at 32. So the process is different. And
Yeah,
again, I
it's
would
true.
rather her hear it from me than to hear it from anybody else. And I also tell her, though, I stick to this one. I don't know if that's in the bag, but here, I'm going to throw this one out here real quick. You go out there, you make a baby, you raising that baby because I'm not raising no goddamn babies. So you go out there and you
You
get
be one of them
pregnant.
grandmas.
Yeah, I'm one of them grandmas. Because listen, I done spent 13 years trying to get her hair, almost 14, trying to get her hair. She don't have no siblings that came out of my womb. She's my only one. So once I got her up and old enough to babysit herself, now I can finally go back outside and be outside. Well, I don't go out like that. But if I
You go to
decided
Park Fest? You go to
no,
Park Fest too? Back outside? No, let me stop.
yeah, but if I want to, I could go. I don't need to hire no babysitter. I ain't gotta ask nobody to watch her. She's at the age where she can chill. I mean, there's always somebody in my house, but she at the age where she could chill. I could be like, I'm going out for a little bit. She'd be like, bye. You feel me? So no, I don't have no other children on purpose. I need that. I need to say that again for the ninjas in the back that always think that everybody wants to have your baby. I don't. I just got my freedom again.
Hold on. Oh, because when you said it, my mind literally went to Salt and Pepper shoot when Pepper said, I want to have your baby. Because that's a line that girls would use, though.
I ain't never used that line.
I'm just saying, this is,
I
this is my hip hop mind. I'm like,
love my daughter. She was not playing, and I love my baby to pieces. I wouldn't trade being her mother for nothing in the world, but she was not playing. And I had no plans. I didn't even think I could have kids, to be honest with you. I was on my way to Paris. No, I ain't never said that to nobody. But the reason why I said that is because more recently, in the last year, one man asked me, and this is how fast I let you go, because now we talk about getting physical. And he was like, "Can you still have babies?" And I'm like, "Yeah," but in my head, I'm like, "But you didn't ask the question is, do I want to still have babies?" That should have been the question, not can I still have babies? Of course I can. Of course I can. I ain't have no hysterectomy. You feel me?
we can
Of
save
course
this.
I can.
This is
But the question should have been not can I still have babies? I can. But do I want to have more babies? And then I could have gladly and properly told you absolutely not. I just got my freedom. Why the fuck would I set myself up like that a fucking again? No, I don't want to have none of your babies or anybody else's babies. I just want to have fun. That's why we protect ourselves.
yeah, fair
No,
statement, honest statement, and that no, it makes it's clear. It's clear.
so you asked the wrong question. Can I still have babies? Absolutely. Do I want to have babies? Absolutely not. I already went through enough with my daughter, father. I don't need, no, sir. No, Lord, no, sir.
Wait, did you ask a retort question to him? Like, wait, are you trying to have babies?
No, because I didn't want to. I didn't want to answer. I wanted him to get the fuck out my face at that point. I don't ask. I don't go back and forth with you. I'm not getting ready to do all of that with you. Once that was the red flag. See what I'm saying? I'm not sitting there waiting for the red flag to turn out of nowhere green. No, fuck that. You asked me a question. I did answer your question, but you didn't ask the right question. So now we can't even fucking talk to each other no more because you out here asking the wrong fucking questions. I don't have the patience to go back and forth with a motherfucker, especially no grown ass man, about nothing. Ask the right question. But now you asking me this question, and we get ready to come to the point where I'm about to give you 30%. But now I don't even want to give you 10.
I can tell everything that's funny. Well, it's, to me, it's only the shit that's funny about this is you are right. The problem is that in his mind too, I ain't going back and forth. If I say, "Hey, can you have him?" You know what I'm about. I'm about to give him. That's the problem.
And that's a red flag, and that's why the fuck you're not here.
Respect? No, I get the red flag, but that was the way you describe it. And true, I'm only hearing your side, but the way you describe it, like, ah, shit, yeah, he was like, I ain't going back and forth with a woman. Hey, if I want kids, you can carry, right? You can carry, right?
I think what it really boiled down to, and I'm gonna be honest with you because I'm an honest person, it wasn't even whether or not he was trying to get me pregnant. That wasn't the thing. It was because he didn't want to wear a condom. And if I say that,
That's
I
a
can
whole
still
different story.
get, but that's what it was. If I can still have babies, then there's a possibility if you go raw that I could get pregnant. Now you can, shit happens with condoms.
Yeah.
But I think he wanted to go raw, but with knowing that I could still possibly have children, he was like, "Oh, okay." And then I
But
was like, but we ain't even gonna get there because you asked the wrong question. The question should have been, do I want to have more babies? And I newsflash, fellas, not everybody wants to have a baby by you.
see, now
Especially,
you give me other information. Like, there's a whole nother way. It's a more uncomfortable conversation,
it's,
but it's still another conversation to be had in
especially,
a different way.
especially not me. I'm done.
Okay.
One and done. And that's that. But I think that's what he was trying to allude to because we was having a conversation. It's a whole prior conversation. It's a whole much more to that conversation, which was we were on our way to doing the do. I don't personally keep prophylactic.
All right, look, I'm gonna make it simple. He basically talks himself out of some
No,
pussy.
no, I don't
He
want you
talks
to make it
himself out.
simple. I want to finish it the way I want to finish it,
Oh, go
which
ahead.
is I don't necessarily keep them because I'm not fucking.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't necessarily keep them. See, I would keep them if I was fucking, but I'm not fucking. And when I want to fuck, I don't necessarily need a man to do it. I got a machine. Um, so I was just like, you got them? Nah, I got them. Can you still have babies? Yeah, but the question should have been, do I want to have babies? And
No,
get your
this is
ass
always
up.
funny to me
And
because
if I was going to complete the session, then it would have been like, so get your ass up, go to that store and grab some. It's a CVS that way, it's a Rite Aid that way, and it's a whole bunch of gas stations in between. Get your ass down there and get the. But now I'm turned off. I don't even want to do it at all.
this nigga talking himself out of some pussy.
And it happens. It happens. But now, yeah, I could still have babies. Do I want to have any more babies? Absolutely not. First of all, I had natural childbirth. You will never know what that feels like. And I don't want to do that shit again. But if I had another child, I would be doing that shit again. So no, I do not fucking want to do that shit again.
I'm confused on that one, by the way, but all right.
So to unconfuse you, I had natural childbirth. That means no medicines, no epidural, none of that, right?
All right, yes.
So if I had another kid, the same thing I did with the kid that I had the first time, I would do the second time.
Okay.
I would have another natural childbirth.
Okay.
Just like I breastfed the first kid, I would do that with the second kid. Nothing would change because I came out with a genius.
All right.
So
the middle part is when you say you never want to do it again, though.
I never want to have natural childbirth again. Where's the confusion?
But if you did,
if you would have let me finish, then you would have known why I'm saying that. Because my kid came out with a big ass head. Her head and her shoulders were the same width when she came out. That shit didn't feel good. It hurt. It's an unbearable pain that I still say to this day, no man can go through. So why would I set myself up to do that shit again?
Because if you were to,
there's no cause if. I am not. It's never gonna happen again. Now I'm 45, so it's definitely not happening at this point. No, it's not happening. Fucking 45. What I look like getting pregnant at 45? I wish the fuck. I mean, I know I can still have babies, but nigga, I just got free. Why would I set myself up? Sometimes repetitive actions are not good. Sometimes you just need to learn your lesson from the first situation and be like, you know what, I'm good. And that's one of them things where I'm like, you know what? I'm good. No man has ever made me feel like I wanted to have their babies after her. Not one. There's no man that walked up, you know what? I want to have your baby. I never felt like that after I had her. I was grateful
That's
because
okay. I mean, that's a fair
I
statement,
had
though.
people. Huh?
No, no, I'm saying that's a fair statement. The
No
only
man has
thing,
put
go
me in
ahead.
that position where I felt like I wanted to do that again. And I don't. And I won't. And it's not, it's no debate. It's just one of them things where there's no debate about it. It's not even a, well, although that's fair, but nah, it's just that's my personal preference. I wouldn't do it again.
Okay.
I'm good.
I fully understand. This I see it is kind of funny because I'm not trying to medical you out or anything, but there's a thing that sometimes happens where if somebody had a bunch of freedom and they realized they had a bunch of freedom, even if there was against anything else, like against the rules, but then they get committed to a responsibility and they fully commit that thing. They're like, yeah, nobody's going to take this because I did what y'all claim I couldn't do, wouldn't do, or shouldn't do, and I did it right. There's nothing you can tell me no more. I'm a person that's kind of a victim of that in a certain way, and I
Yeah.
understand it because now
You
people
don't do
can't tell
that
me
when
shit.
you don't do that when you have children. It's not a thing when you have children.
No, it's a responsibility. It's a full commitment of love.
That's just not a thought process when you have children. When you, especially if you're a woman and you got to carry that nigga for 9 months, which I completely
Yeah,
did.
and that's what I'm
Nah, that's
saying.
not a thought process. That's not
And
it.
that's what
I didn't do it the first time. So y'all said I couldn't do it, but I didn't. No, I got pregnant and okay, now I'm gonna be a mom. It's time to get my shit together. That's all
that's
that
what
was.
I'm saying.
And then I did it, and now my kid is 13, going on 14. It's not. I'm
And
not. It's
nobody
not
can
even
tell you.
proven. It's not a proof thing. It's just I just don't want to do it again. Like I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about the process. I just don't want to do
Yeah,
it again. It hurt.
that's what I'm saying.
It
No,
really, really bad. I watched her head come out of my vagina. I don't want to do that again.
okay, no problem with that. But I was just thinking
And
about
it's
it
a
because
scary thing. It's almost like a horror movie. Nobody knew that the vagina could strike.
I've
Scare me.
delivered babies, just to be clear, so I
It's
do
not
know.
even what you did, sir. It's a
Well, it didn't happen to me, so I respect that when you're saying
exactly. So it's not a competition thing. I didn't. I watched it. I felt it. I was there. It happened to me.
yeah.
It's just that.
That's what I think though, because I was thinking about it, but all right,
Yeah, it happened to
this is
me.
one
I
from
don't want it to happen to me again. You feel me? I'm good. Now, if I find love, cool. At this point, if we have children, they're not coming from my vagina. Probably gonna adopt at that point. I'm not doing that again. That shit hurts. And like I said, I didn't do it with an epidural. I didn't have no drugs. It was just her, me coming out, and the midwife. Because I didn't have a doctor. I had a midwife and a doula. Never again. Never. So that's that. That's that. I just wouldn't do it again. But anyway, it's time for me to get to these love notes because we are trickling, keep trickling, and I don't want to keep talking about having babies because I just don't. Oh, as much as I love my kid, I just would never again. It's time for the love notes. Well, first, it's time to give a big shout out to anybody watching from Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. That's live love or replay love, depending on when you watching this. Um, but it's time for me to give some love. um, Big shout out to my daughter, first of all, because that's my greatest love of all. Not to get on my Whitney Houston, but big shout out to my baby, my Princess P. Um, but it is now time for the love notes. Love notes. Let me put that back on the screen for 2 seconds. How did we come up with love notes? Well, I used to call it love. Doc used to call it show notes. We bickered back and forth. And then one day we realized that we got to come to a compromise because there's no love without compromise. So we started calling it love notes, and it's been the same ever since. We would never change the name of this. It is what it is, and I love it. Doc also said, because he had said that I had to don't be doing your hand. Get out of here. Doc also said, don't look for the composition notebook. I hope you can't find it. Doc also said I had a stack of papers the size of a composition notebook. I didn't. I did not. It was a lot of papers though. And in all fairness, it was a lot of countries, cities, states, and territories on those papers. But we don't do that anymore. We don't do that anymore. Doc in there looking for composition notebook. How dare you? Look at, I saw you. Then you had the little hand gesture like I had. That ain't even a composition. That's a novel. That's a dictionary. It wasn't that
Do
thick.
you still have that? Do you still have that? It was a
What?
clipboard.
My dictionary?
No,
The
the
papers?
clipboard.
I still have the clipboard. Of course I did.
The show
But
notes. Yeah, all right. Look, bring it out one time.
I don't have the notes anymore because we do this now. Because we
Let's
do
go. Let's go. Let's get it.
now. We've gone green. So it's all love. Thank you for all of the love. Shout out to my top 6, the United States, the United Kingdom, India, China, Canada, and Belgium, specifically Brussels. Thank you. I love you. I love you so much. I appreciate you guys so much. No, I don't got that no more. Russia, Indonesia, Japan, New Zealand, Australia, Turkey, Switzerland, Germany, Mexico, Austria, Philippines, and Kenya. Hi, babies. Thank you for the love. I appreciate you. Pakistan, Romania, South Africa, Nigeria, Brazil, Netherlands, Singapore, Spain, Ireland, and Nepal. I love you all. Thank you so much for the love and support. Mauritius, Israel, Hong Kong, France, Poland, Tunisia, Venezuela, baby, the Czech Republic, Portugal, and Morocco. Hi, boos. I love you too. Ooh. Ghana, Finland, Cameroon, Lithuania, Sweden, Bangladesh, and Latvia. Hi, honeys. Thank you for the love. Oh my gosh. I'm so tingly on the inside right now. Thank you. Thank you for the love. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Hungary, Greece, Denmark, Jamaica. I need my horns like bow, bow, bow. Slovakia, Ukraine, and Peru. Hi, boos. We love you too. Thank you for the love. Yeah, baby. Yeah. That's a beautiful thing. That is extraordinary. And last but not least, Italy. Hi, honeys. One day, Tuscany and I shall meet. I can run through the fields, lay in the fields, maybe get me okay, I'm not gonna. And yes, that's part of my bucket list. Busby, that's a bucket list. 13, I didn't have a bucket list. I just needed that to be known. But no, it's too many countries now for me to have those papers. Because then that would mean in between countries, there's the territories of the states. And then with that, then it's the cities. I can't do that no more. I wouldn't even have a voice. I was barely making it out with a voice back then. Next day, I'd be like, oh, I'm a little trying to get it together. And I got to do another show. Nah, we don't do that no more. But let's see what Doc had said. Let's see. Doc has said, top flight, catch the vibes, get excited when tacos hit the DM and go down. Listen, I like my tacos. Thank you, Rock, again for my tacos. Love you some tacos. And I eat the good kind.
Before you move, go back, if you get a chance, watch Yo Gotti go down in the DM. Lil Duval was in that video, and that video was really funny.
Oh, okay. I'm not watching that video. I'm so over Yo Gotti and his bullshit. Anyway, Doc has said worldwide. Take a look. It's in a book. It's Reading Rainbow. Now that I'll go watch some past episodes of that. I'm not going to watch that shit. Reading Rainbow. Yes, I will. Ooh, I wonder who has old episodes of, because I know one of the streaming sites have old episodes of Reading Rainbow. Somebody got it.
Clips on YouTube.
Yeah, I probably had to go.
Ooh.
I want to without commercials or none of that bullshit, though, huh?
I was about to give a crazy ass idea.
What?
Somebody could redo Reading Rainbow content on like the short form content, but got to condense because young kids, they don't care as much, but it got to be quicker.
Yeah.
Like you would remember because there wasn't a real show. It was like 10 minutes, 5 minutes, so it was really short. But that's why it caught our attention.
But
But
it was
now,
little things in between there, like little cartoons and things of
yes,
that nature.
somehow make
So
it.
LeVar's part was, little short snippets, but it's the things that made
Yeah,
up the show. And if you take
and
those things out,
somebody
then
can find a way.
these kids ain't watching no goddamn Reading Rainbow shit.
Put
How
it
they
on TikTok.
got
Put it on
past?
TikTok, Instagram.
They not watching it. Trust me, because it means they have to get more education. It's not happening. They barely want the education they're getting right now. Sorry to tell y'all, but they're not watching it. Sorry. We were different kinds of kids. And we also got to think we didn't have Netflix, we didn't have YouTube, we didn't have Tubi, we didn't have any of those streaming sites, Disney Plus, we didn't have none of that shit. Different times, the concept, beautiful concept, but with today's kids not working. We didn't have Grand Theft Auto, we didn't have Fortnite, we didn't have Roblox. We ain't had none of that shit.
All right,
They
all right,
had that
hold
now.
up. All right, cool. I'm a problem solver. Do it backwards then.
Solve
Make
it
a reading
later.
rainbow movie for us.
Huh?
Make a reading rainbow movie for people our age. It has to be a movie about somebody that doesn't want to read but wants to read, and it could be like a Friday based on something that goes down at the library. Boom, 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 comedy.
We gonna have to sit down and come up with that concept because
See what I'm talking about?
there's a lot of shit that I could try to make y'all read. I could give y'all the juicy, but see, that's another day. We'll talk about that another day because really, it still boils down to even the grown folks don't be wanting to read. What did they say? The one thing that they knew that they was going to do was put it in the library, and your black ass wasn't going to go in there and read it.
I was a black ass that was there reading shit.
We
Yeah,
were.
wait, hold
We
on, wait.
were
You
both.
read shit
We
here?
were both. We were both. But let me say this: when I went in the library, it was not crowded. It wasn't packed out. You were. They weren't. And in order to make something like that work, you need an audience. You know what I'm saying? It don't just work because you put the idea together. You got to have an audience, and they're not going to. They don't give a fuck about no reading Rainbow for adults unless you put some erotica in
Make it a
there.
movie. Make it a movie.
And they not giving a fuck about that movie either unless you put some erotica in there. Let me tell you something. Chibi, a lot of that shit gets watched. You know why? Because it be a lot of nasty shit going on in it. It's not gonna work. Good idea, but not gonna work. You gotta put some naked people. You gotta. It's not gonna work, baby. I'm sorry to kill that drink, but it's just not gonna work. We would watch it, but will they watch it? And that's the question. And I know some people who are filmmakers. You feel me? And that shit ain't gonna work. It's not. Every idea sounds great, but we gotta know who we talking about right now. In the era that we're in, it's not gonna work.
I said for us, not for them.
I ain't doing nothing. I'm doing something for everybody. So ain't no just for us. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
even
remember that Ice Cube.
let me say this. Let me say this real quick. Even down to what I do on YouTube, and I tell people this all the time. Don't let these numbers on YouTube get you twisted because that's not my audience. My main core audience is my listening audience. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know where your audience is before you just come up with, you know what I mean? I'm not making nothing for us. We know how to read. We read. And I don't need Reading Rainbow at this big grown age of mine to tell me to read because I'm going to read anyway. Matter of fact, when I finish this podcast, guess what I got to go do? Read. So, no, I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't. But Doc has said hit that like button and tune in a live show, radio show, and get the app. I agree. I think you should. Think you should listen to this man. Or somebody else might do it. It's just not going to be me. I don't have that kind of time on my hands to be worried about making something. No, I don't. Got a lot going on right now. It's too much. But anyway, yeah, that's what Doc has said. That's what Doc has said. Okay, let me get these things out of the way. Good thing is because we switching platforms, then deleted some of my shit. But anyway, join the conversation, drop a comment, call in. The number is 443-551-5963. 443-551-5963. You can text, you can call in, you can drop a comment. You text, drop a comment. I will read it out loud. If you drop a comment, it'll be on the screen. If you call in, you will be live on air. That's the way it works over here. If you want to talk to us about anything, and I do mean anything at all, contact at ambitiouslyent.com. Contact at ambitiouslyent.com. Listen, we do not take requests, and the reason being is any music video I've ever played on this platform, I have permission to play it. Written, visual, audio, electronic, how you want it, I got it. I do. And then on top of that, I don't know if y'all heard or if you paid attention, but my DJ is like that. So I don't need y'all getting on his nerves with all these little 50 million requests. Just sit back, catch his vibe, pour something, roll something, sip something, smoke something, but don't be getting on his goddamn nerves. Don't. Leave him alone. So no, we don't take requests. Sorry. Nothing personal. Join our coffee community so we can have salacious, titillating, and taboo conversations, and I can say fuck and shit whenever the fuck I feel like it. I get tired of waiting. I'm tired of censorship. I don't want to be censored. I want to be free to just say what I feel like fucking saying. God damn it. Damn. Like y'all always trying to control what somebody else got to say. No, I'm saying what I want to say, like shit and fuck. My two favorite cuss words. Check out our website, www.ambitiouslyent.com, www.ambitiouslyent.com. Big shout out to my DJ. Go DJ, because that's my DJ. Go DJ, because that's my big shout out to DJ Rukazi, man. That guy's impeccable. One of the nicest DJs I know, and I appreciate him for holding it down for Ambitiously the podcast. The way he does, because he does what he comes to do. And don't forget to let us know how you feel about these mixes of his. I'm just a presenter. He is the magician. I just present the work. That's all. So big shout out to him. And not too much on my DJ because he comes with an army and you don't want it. You have no clue what kind of army he comes with. So just not too much on my DJ. Not too much. Leave him alone. Let him do what it is that he do. Let him rock out. The way his DJ Rukazi self rocks out. Sorry, I felt that in here. Felt that strongly. All right, it is now time for me to give y'all tonight's sermon. Let the church say amen. I wasn't ready for you to come in like amen. No one ready for that.
It's triggering. I'm sorry.
Let the church say amen. Amen. I wasn't ready. But anyway,
in my mouth, and my grandma looking at me like,
you better say amen. My grandma like, now say amen and I give you this piece of gum.
No, I'll get a peppermint beforehand. Look, I do a lot of bargain, but I'm sorry.
Nah, she had the gum because she had a lot of grandkids and she wanted us all to shut up at the same time. So she had just, them big packs of juicy fruit.
Yeah.
She used to keep that in her purse. And as soon as we all got in the church, this is the crazy part. Why are you bringing us all to church at the same time? You got a lot of grandbabies. But anyway, there's a lot of us. But she would go in that purse, big old purse too. Call that the wow, depending on which grandmother it was, but the grandma purse. And then she go in there, dig. It take her a while to find it. It's at the bottom. Then she found it like, oh, fell it. Take this, pass it down. Now shut up. And then you just be sitting there while they in there praising the Lord. But anyway, good memories. I used to love me some juicy fruit too. Mind your business. Everybody's business is not your business, except for on Media Mondays. I'm telling everybody's business. I don't know. I don't think I told nobody's business today. Did I? I don't feel
You
like I
talk about
did.
your father, your
No, I
parents.
talked about parent lies. I didn't talk about my father today. I didn't get into his
Your dads
shenanigans.
and moms. Well, you didn't call it. You said parents. You said parents. Honestly.
Yeah, I said parent lies because that's what they were, parent lies. So I didn't really tell nobody's business. But to tap in, I try not to tell people's business. It's hard work, trust me, especially when you start the week telling everybody's business. Um, the wiretap, I'm telling your business. I am. If you have a court case and it's high profile and you're a disgusting, depraved, foul, sinister, heinous, um, shit. It's too many words. Oh my gosh, take it away, Doc. I can't even think right
You can
now.
be repulsive, disgusting, revolting, nauseating, a
I'm
degenerate.
sorry. Nasty and stupid. And an idiot. I just had to throw them aside.
Yep. Perverted, wicked, contaminated,
Mm-hmm.
ominous. You can
Mm-hmm.
be malevolent, malicious,
Mm-hmm.
diabolical, which you normally say.
I know. How did I forget diabolical? That's one of my favorites.
Yep.
Okay.
And my favorite, and I'm in it with insidious. There you go.
Hey, I don't know how I forgot diabolical. That's one of my favorite words. I use that a lot too. Like
I
this was
do.
diabolical. After the Super Bowl was diabolical. After every diss between the two, oh my gosh, did you hear that? It was diabolical. I gotta stop using diabolical. I think I need to come up with a new one. I'm gonna break out the dictionary. Don't worry. I have a new one for you by next week. I'm still going to use diabolical because it's still one of my favorites. But anyway, but if you're any of those things and you have a court case, and like I said, you do not have to be a celebrity. It just has to be high profile enough for me to catch it and be able to pull your court case. I'm reading it. And my partner in good over here, Doc, he gonna read it with me because we're nosy. Okay, okay. Shouldn't be the way you are, and then we wouldn't have to go through all of this. Um, Wire? More so our business. Cattails coming soon. Like I said, be patient with me. It's coming together. Um, it's coming together. I'm gonna just say this. I do tell people's business, but I do change the names. So don't say anything and nobody will know it's you. And you shouldn't have did what you did anyway for me to have to tell a story in the first place. I'm just saying. Cattails coming soon. Um, but other than that, mind your business. Safe way to live your life. Safe, lovely way to live your life. Um, mm, love your babies. Hug your babies. Adore your babies. Tell your babies the truth. Don't be coming out with the parent lies. I'm tired of y'all shit. Tell your babies the truth because they need the truth. Don't be out here telling them it's going to hurt you more than it hurts them. They know you lying. Fucking liar. Sorry. I'm sorry. Love your babies, hug your babies, adore your babies, encourage your babies, and tell your babies that they are the GOAT, the greatest of all times. They need to hear that. And it's your job as a parent to tell them that. Don't be yelling at them before they go to school. And don't tell them it's going to hurt me more than it's going to hurt you. You're a fucking liar. No, it's not. Anyway, listen. And then y'all wanted us to be honest, and the whole time y'all was lying to us. Get out of here. Anyway, if they want to work for NASA, I'm just saying. And then they be like, tell the truth. Well, how? When you
No,
keep lying to me. So anyway,
I know. Keep going. Keep going.
yeah. Anyway, you want me to tell you the truth, but you keep lying. The fuck? Aren't you the hypocrite? Um, if they want to work for NASA, tell them to be the best astronaut, engineer, receptionist, janitor, secretary, or whatever the hell else they do over there. I don't know. I never worked for NASA, but what I do know, or one I know in space, what I do know for sure, though, for certain is you, my friend, should go out there and get yourself a telescope, and not the kind that you look through your neighbor's windows with you perv. I'm talking about a girthy one, requires some assembly, comes with lenses, laser beams, scopes, maybe an app. I just recommend going to National Geographic. They sell excellent ones. But the ones that you be looking through your neighbor's windows with, we're collecting those. We're going to find something to do with the lenses. We're not going to keep the telescope because the telescope is bullshit anyway. You're not even going to see nothing. But yeah, get you a good one. Then go outside with your babies and discover some shit. Maybe a comet, an asteroid, a meteor, a planet that's not a planet anymore, but they said it was a planet. And they made me build this whole solar system just to tell me that the smallest one, which took me forever to find the right size little ball to make Pluto, now they want to tell me it's not a planet. Fuck y'all, it's a planet. I worked hard on that solar system, and I'd be damned if y'all gonna take that A away from me. Shit, you can kiss my ass. Sorry, feel some kind of way about it. And if you discover a UFO, tell me about it. Maybe tomorrow, if you don't get abducted, and then you can tell me about it after they drop your ass back off. But don't call me like, girl, you never believe what happened. Right now, it's a UFO. I don't want to see it. I don't. I'm not that curious. If I see a UFO, I'm going to put my telescope out. All right, JoJo, well, it's time for us to go in the house. I'm not doing that. Too much. Just too much at one time. If they want to work for NASCAR, tell them to be about a NASCAR driver, pit boss, pit crew member, commentator, engineer, or whatever the hell else they do over there at NASCAR. I don't know. Never worked there either. But what I do know is that they have a need for speed. And at one point in time, I used to love the muscle car, and I will forever love a muscle car. You know what I'm saying? Put the pedal to the metal. Baby, they just talk about them. Put that pedal to the metal, not this fiberglass bullshit y'all driving around that you be plugging in. You need gasoline for that shit. You need petrol. You don't need no electric plug-in for the cars I'm talking about. You'll be like, plug it in where? What? What about this cat? No, that's the gasoline cat. You got untwist it. pop. Yeah, them kind. I don't know if I told y'all that's too, but weird fun fact. Now, I don't know if it's fun for you. It's great for me. I love the smell of gasoline. That's probably why, because I love muscle cars. But anyway, the point is, whatever it is that they want to do, tell them babies they the GOAT. They need that encouragement, and this is your job to do it. So do it, you fucking idiot. I'm so happy my sound is back, and I can do the things that it is that I do at the end of the show, which is tell you to stay the fucking your lane, because my lane, your lane, not the same. Yours is over there. Mine is over here. You stay your ass over there, all right? Safe way to live your life. Stay the fuck over there. I only got one Harley out, and we feel some kind of, well, I got two, the dog. She tried to run away today, by the way, but I got ass. Two, technically, because I got the dog.
I was sure when you said she tried to run away today.
She did. Well, it was real windy here, and because of the wind was knocking the gate open, and she was outside, so she saw it open and she took it. I'm not even mad at her for trying to take her opportunity to have some adventure in her life. It's just the problem is I got to keep going out there to get her ass. But anyway, yeah, we outside. We outside.
She outside. She's trying to be
outside. We outside. We outside. But the thing is, don't break the glass. Don't push the button. Just stay the fuck over there, and everything's copacetic. You feel me? Like everything's cool. Cause you jump into my lane, you're gonna get something that you don't want, which is her. She's not nice. Keep telling. I've been saying this forever. She is not nice. She is a bitch. She could be quite evil when she want to. Just leave her the fuck alone. Leave her over there in the pride, eating her gazelle and feeding her cub. Just leave us the fuck alone. You don't want her. You want her. Yes, you want her. Yeah, you want her. Because, hey, you big purr. You get her, you get a 2 for 1. But she is nice, sweet, and kind and cuddly. That's the one you want. Or this next one, hey, you big purr bitches. You get a 2-for-1 special. And how you beat a 2-for-1 special? That's a great deal. You get the meow, you get the purr. Everybody's happy. Plus, what usually happens when you jump into other people's lanes is a collision. And who the fuck needs that? I don't need that for me. I don't need that for Doc. I don't need that for you. We don't need that for we. So just stay in your fucking lane. Please. And thank you. Please and thank you. I don't know if I want to go in on him too hard today. I kind of do. I always want to go in on him. Fucking idiot. I'm sorry. We read this case. That's the last case we read, so it's still fresh in my mind. Pick and choose your battles wisely. Every battle is not a battle for you to fight. I would rather win the war than win the fucking battle. And apparently, Patty Boo's, aka Baby Caligula, aka Little Caligula, aka Drake, did not get the memo. Even though I keep trying to give it. I even gave you a game plan of what you could do to fix this whole shit, and you go and drop no kid, dumbass. And that's a horrible song and a horrible video. I just need you to know. Nah, all of that shit was trash.
Nah.
Trash. And I saw what you was trying to do, but you ain't stick it the way you supposed to stick it, or you thought you were gonna stick it. Didn't work. Trash. Straight trash. And the crazy part is I just listened to the song for the first time today and I was like, trash. I felt about that song the way I feel about Little Uzi Vert.
Okay.
I could feel it. So you might like it, but I feel like it's trash. And it's just a trash song. Sorry. It's trash. And then now I know who wrote it too, and that's even worse. So it makes it worse because he probably could have delivered it a lot better than you did.
That part is funny though. That part is funny, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I'm not going to dwell on it too long. But anyway, trash. Anyway, you didn't get the memo. And you also lied. You said that you studied hip hop. You did not. People still writing shit. And I'm not saying that you can't have a ghostwriter, but everybody shouldn't be writing every fucking thing. And then you said that you studied, but did you study when Mobb Deep told you that there's a war going on outside and that no man is safe from it? And they also said you can run, but you can't hide forever in these streets that we done took. And they said you, Drake, you walking with your head down, scared to look. And they also said you shook because ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. Mama say, mama sa, mama kusa. I'm telling you, they didn't say it, but I'm telling you, don't throw no more slippers. Okay? Keep your slippers on the ground because then you're going to be missing one and then somebody going to find it and put it on camera. Don't do that no more either. Fuck the battle. Worry about the war. That's why a lot of y'all be losing because y'all so focused on these bullshit ass battles instead of worrying about the war. And I don't think you should have dropped that song anyway just yet. You should have took my advice. You would have came out all right and just worried about singing. Right. Be you amazing, authentic, unique, wonderful self. Be you. And it don't matter if they don't like the way that you talk, the way that you walk, or the way that you dress. Do it anyway. But just don't try to ruin hip hop with your bullshit. But all that other shit, if you want to dress like a weirdo, then dress like a weirdo. Who is to tell you? Who are they to tell you what your fashion sense should be? Nobody. I'm sorry. That's what that man said. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. He said he even hate when you say the word nigga.
Facts.
He said that. Listen. I'm sorry. Let me get back to the point. Be yourself, though. Don't throw your shoes because you're going to need that to go with your outfit, though. And remember, what they eat does not make you shit unless you engage in a battle that you shouldn't have engaged in the first place. Then maybe what they eating could make you shit, but it's not going to make you shit now. Probably shit your boots. little boots, maybe. Um, Listen, you can't make anybody happy. Happiness starts within. You can add to that happiness, but you cannot make them happy. So don't focus on that. Focus on keeping yourself happy and healthy, mentally healthy and happy, and physically. But focus on you. Don't worry about them too much. Um, Now, if you want to, by all means, be my guest. But misery loves company, and I'd be damned if I'm going to be keeping somebody's company with that kind of behavior. I won't. It's up to you. You came in this world by yourself. You're going to leave by yourself, even if you are a twin. I don't even want to think about childbirth because I didn't say too much about childbirth today, and it's annoying. You know, you know what I'm saying. I'm not, oh, child, the flashbacks I just had. I don't want it. I don't want to have babies no more. All right,
Really? I get you. I get you. I get you. I hear you.
I'm dying. Um, that's crazy. Listen, you could try your best to fix whatever it is that they tell you is the issue, or you think that they have as their issue with you. You can't fix it, and even if you do think you fixed it, they'll find something else to bitch about. So, fuck them. Like, you don't like me doing this. Well, I don't like a lot of things that you do. So we even. We're equally yoked. We don't like a lot of things about each other, and people will be all right. People got to stop thinking that it's their world and you're just in it. Fuck that. I'm not in your world. I'm in my world. So it is what it is. Now our worlds can collide, but just know that when I come to your world, it's going to be things about me that you don't like, and it's going to be things about you that I don't like. And that's okay. It's when you start pushing them buttons where it becomes a fucking problem. Okay? Okay. And last but not least, dream big. Dream so big that your dreams exceed the universe. And then when you come back down after you've had the vision and the realization of what that dream is, plan and execute. And you'll be all right out here. You be good. Don't let them tell you what you got going on this bullshit. They gonna tell you that anyway, but you just can't listen to that shit. They'll be like, you know what, fuck you. Cause the shit that you wanted to do, somebody probably could have told you the same shit, but did you listen? No, you went ahead and did it anyway, and you're happy that you did it.
I was about to put a reading rainbow in there real quick. You can be anything. Take a look.
It's in a book. It's reading rainbow. That was my jam. Reading rainbow. Yeah, I used to wipe it out. To read. Listen, I recently seen a clip of the lady who sings that, and she still sounds the same. I love her. Great job on the theme song, lady. But with that being said, it is now time for us to get the hell out of here. It's a little late. I got school in the morning. Well, I don't have school. My kid has school, but I do have school because I have to study for my certification. So yeah, I do kind of technically have school. But yeah, it's time for us to get up out of here. Doc, thank you per usual.
Thank you per usual, because this was.
I don't know what I'm getting happy about saying per usual these days. Per usual.
It's usual. It's not per. It's usual now. But no, it's cool. It's fun. It's exciting. And I feel bad, yo.
Why?
I remember this started used to be like, no, all we can do an hour. We got to stick to an hour. And I'm like, oh, my bad. I didn't mean to trigger you.
I really try to stick to an hour, but sometimes it happens, and I'm okay with that now. I'm still saying it's an hour because I got other shit to do.
I respect that. That's why I'm like on the time, like, nope, this what you want.
But it's okay. Sometimes shit will go, and it's not like every show runs past the time. It's just these ones that's me and you. But anyway, I thank you though for coming through.
Thank you for having me. Greatly appreciate it. Always fun. Always.
Now we got to get up out of here because I got things to do, like get school clothes ready for school. Spring break starts this Friday, so I'm excited because I don't got to wake up early anymore. I'm pumped. All right. But anyway, y'all have a good evening. Stay out of trouble. Stay safe. Don't punch nobody in their faces. Don't smack nobody, because I seen a video and this nigga was like, psh, 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 on it. It was crazy.
Was it
Anyway,
Dyline? Was it? Nah,
huh?
let me stop. Nah, you reported on Dyline on Monday.
Oh, Dylon, he only smacked him twice. Now this dude was on top of the dude, like, psh, 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 psh. I'm gonna find the video and show it to you. He was, psh, 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 psh. I was like, whoa. So anyway, y'all be safe. Don't be out here. Don't do Dylon, and definitely don't do what that dude did, because he was smacking the shit out of that white, and it was a white man. Y'all, we gotta go. See y'all tomorrow. Remember, stay safe. Stay positive. Bye. We gotta go. I got school clothes to prepare and stuff. Already tired. Damn. Good night.
Oh,